Alright, distance formula for pre-cal. We're going to, it's back to the flip it, smack it, rub it down, right? The formula for you guys, it looks like, what does it look like? It looks like D is equal to the square root of y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared plus x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared. So that's the formula, and to try to get you guys to remember how to do it, we did the flip it, meaning just put the x below the y. So the y above the x. Okay? And then put the y above the x. Okay? And when you smack something, it's kind of negative, right? So smack it. Just meaning, I'm going to smack both of them. Make it negative. Okay? And rub it down comes from, I was just looking at it, trying to figure out how I can make this work, because it was a song that was popular back in 1998. And I wanted to make it work. So, rub it down. I was like, I noticed that, well, there's these two pieces, right? And we got to square it, right? And these look like arms. So I was like, hey, we'll rub it down. So we're going to rub down these arms first. Okay? And there's two of them. And then we'll rub down the legs. And there's two of those. And hey, we need a plus sign. Right? And the plus is a head. So it's always plus to have your head, right? Attached to your body. So, and then there's the big square root. And that goes over everything, so we kind of look at that as being the body. Right? And square root, the body. And so with this flip it, smack it, rub it down, you don't have to memorize a formula, per se. You could memorize the way to do a formula. From there, we just do the math. So 10 minus minus 2 is basically 10 plus 2, which is 12 squared, right? And then 2 minus minus 3 is basically 2 plus 3, which is 5 squared, right? We're going to add those up. But this is the distance formula, right? And so we say, well, what is 12 squared? And I know that 12 squared is 144. Excuse me. And 5 squared is 25. And then I'm going to add those two pieces up, right? And I get, what is it, 169? Okay. And I should know that the square root of 169 is 13. So the distance between those 2 points is 13. Okay? And then don't forget that if you get a number that's different than that, like say 96, right? The square root of 96, let's say you came up with that. Well, you got to break that down, right? And so 96 would be broken down with 2 is 48, right? And 2 is 24, and 2 is 12, and 2 is 6, and 2 is 3, and 3 is 1. And then we're trading, because it's a square root, we're trading 2 for 1. So for every 2, every pair, I get 1 out of there, right? And then whatever isn't a pair gets left inside here. So I got 4 square roots of 6, right? And so that's what this equals, 4 square roots of 6. So that's what would happen if it came up with something other than a perfect square, like 169. Okay?